She told me she cheated and I left the country before I understood. So this is about 9 months in the past at this point. I am about to go abroad for a kind of dream job that me and my now ex have agreed that I go to for 2 years, during which by contract I will spend about half of the time home with her. We have together for 3 years. At the time I am in a pretty bad spot because of financial issues, lots of pressure because I am about to graduate, lots of fighting with my ex and so on. Then about 1 week before my flight she tells me that she fell in love with some other guy. He gives her cute nicknames, they sext and she told him she is in love with him, and OFC he didn't know she had a boyfriend. Basically she was doing all of this right under my nose, while we were in the same room working and playing video games. We would sometimes ask for the room for ourselves, and especially around that time she did that a lot, and somehow I noticed that something was wrong, and honestly there were so many more obvious signs, some of which she even told me herself, but for some reason I never saw it coming. This process was incredibly painful to me because she tells me those things and at first she says she wants to keep the relationship, but slowly I guess as she realized herself her attitude changes. First she starts wanting to stay friends with the guy she cheated on me with, then she feels the need for a break, and at some point she feels the need to tell me that for her a break means exploring things with other people. During that time we had to stay in the same apartment and I leave abroad in a week. At the time I didn't understand any of what was happening. I had a friend that I could talk to and told them what happened and basically had them tell me that I had to leave ASAP. For me there was no way of staying in the relationship. During that it also came out that she cheated basically all the time, and staying would have meant not being able to take the dream job. Anyways, I leave before I really understood what happened and without really talking or thinking about it much. As you can probably imagine, the next months in a new country where I know nobody are incredibly hard, and I doubt my decision a lot and often ask myself if I was at fault. As hinted earlier, at the time I couldn't put a lot of effort in the relationship and start to have doubts of my own that I couldn't communicate. But regardless of what if she was seeing someone else, she really just needed to break up. Immediately after the breakup I delete her from Discord and Steam, that where she has been hanging out with the guy. Around my birthday I also block her on WA for a week, but she never texted anywhere. It was my first breakup, so I don't know how these usually go, but sometimes it feels so wrong that there is no contact at all anymore. The only things were her status of some melancholic love songs, but no direct messages to me. And then after a couple of months she deleted or blocked me in WA. I am not sure if I am lacking closure from when I broke up in like a sentence because I didn't understand what is happening, and if I should try to text again. And would it even reach her? Would she care? Also, what do I say? Mostly I want to tell her to fuck off, but could we stay in contact, maybe even friends? I am not sure why all of this is still going through my head, but all of my friends are sick of hearing about this, and I am hoping someone here has made similar experiences and or can help. Comnet. Dude, you're free of a lying, treacherous, unfaithful woman. You're in a whole new country. Enjoy yourself, make new friends, date new people, and post the hell out of it on your social media. Whatever you do, don't take her back, don't talk to her, or even mention her. Her relationship with this new guy is 90% likely to fail, and he will eventually realize that if she'll cheat with him, she'll cheat on him. Live your best life, and don't give her any attention. That alone will destroy her. You're just lonely and heartbroken in a new place. It's not real. Focus on moving forward. Every time a thought of her comes up, redirect it. You have to make a conscious choice to do that. I do that. I catch myself thinking if the situation and immediately say in my head, nope, need today. It becomes second nature. And after a while, there's no need. We've all gone through a similar version of this, and from my experience, no contact is the best way to go. The fact that you moved to a different country makes it easier because you don't have to worry about going out with the same friend group and seeing her with the other guy. A move to a different country can be difficult because you don't know anybody, or very few people. That can also be freeing in a big way, as it allows you to do whatever you want. Be a tourist in the city where you are living. Go out and listen to live music and be around people. Explore the new city on foot. Learn to love yourself again and look inward and learn from the experience so that you are stronger the next time a woman comes into your life. My advice is to find a therapist, in person or online, and process some of these feelings out loud in that environment, but on a day-to-day basis the combination of work, exercise, and good diet can't be overestimated. Best of luck. Next story 2. My mom cheated on my dad and is lying to everyone that she was seeing a therapist. A while ago I found out my mom was sleeping with someone when I looked through her phone. While I didn't really have a reason to go through her phone, you wouldn't expect her to be cheating. A few days ago I got a text from my mom saying sorry that I didn't feel comfortable to talk to her. I messaged my sister to see if she knew what she was talking about since I'm currently out of the country. She wasn't too sure but pointed out how she heard our parents talking really quietly in the living room. Later that night, she messaged me that mom told her that our dad told her about us knowing about the affair. We told our dad about 2 months ago about our mom cheating and wanted to give him a chase to figure something out with how crazy our mom is. Anyway, I was texting my mom and she was saying that she wasn't having an affair and was just seeing a therapist. I pointed out how it was hard to believe and it's been weird the last couple of times she went out. A day later I get a message saying my room is packed up and my phone plan is turning off the day after I come back from my trip. My younger sister decided to go back to her apartment for college and luckily was able to leave when my parents left to go out. My mom gaslight my grandmother, her mom, into believing that she was actually seeing a therapist. I'm not entirely sure what to do when I come back from my trip, other than to pack my stuff and move into my boyfriend's house, and I'm concerned for my dad since my mom is very manipulate and my dad has trouble standing his ground. Comment. Did your father not do his own investigating over those 2 months? Surely, he has some evidence. If I were you, I would reach out to your father and make sure he is okay. Don't let him get gaslighted by your mother like your grandmother did. Tell your dad directly, Dad, divorce mom. He may not like conflict and his cowardice is on him. But knowing that his daughters support him divorcing her may help him. All that is necessary is to just follow her or find a way of tracking where she is going. Who is this supposed therapist and is she really a client should as well be easily verified. Maybe he is her affair partner? When people are cheating, lying, and trying to gaslight everyone, they truly are no longer operating in true reality. Lime rants, cognitive dissonance, compartmentalizing the affair, dissociating to a new and very different personality is all pretty much normal in an affair. None of you are ever considered during an affair. And just to get a better understanding, look up a thing called sex brain. Verify and prove she is lying. Good luck. Next story 3. Boyfriend cheated with older co-worker. My now ex-boyfriend cheated on me with a co-worker that just recently got divorced because her husband was cheating. He started going out for happy hour after work more often. Then he started staying out later and later. I noticed when he would go out after work it was always with the receptionist. Then he started becoming distant with me and overall just uninterested. I asked him if something was going on between them and he said I was just overthinking things. We always took turns staying at each other's place. Then one day he wanted to stay at his without me. It was odd but I just figured he wanted time to himself. That night he texted at 7:30 saying he was going to bed. I thought that was strange and I had a weird feeling about it. The next day he came over at 4:30 a.m. and was really sweet to me and he smelled perfume. I even made a comment that he smelled different. He gave some weak excuses. He left at 5 o'clock to go to the gym and said he'd be back after work. I asked him why he didn't bring his dog over this morning so he wouldn't need to go back to his place after work. He said he forgot. I even offered to pick her up after work and he said no, he'll do it. I was very uneasy about all of this. After I got done working I went over to his place and found a wine glass by the bed that had pink lipstick on it. At that moment I knew things were over. I knew if I confronted him that he wouldn't tell me the truth because he always lies. So, I decided to look at the messages on his iPad. I felt guilty for doing that, but the need to know took over. I found out the truth. He was telling her he couldn't wait to have her next to him in his arms in bed. He told her that he missed her over the weekend, etc. Eventually, I confronted him and he stormed off and said we're done. He wouldn't talk about what happened, he didn't acknowledge it, make amends, apologize, or anything. He said that he's an adult and doesn't have to talk about it if he doesn't want to. Then he slammed the door. I should have been the one to storm out. Instead I was left hurt, confused, angry, sad, and disappointed. I've been a wreck about this. Wondering why her over me, especially because of the almost 20-year age difference. We'd been together for 3 years and were planning on getting married. Anyway, I know the other woman didn't know he had a girlfriend. They are still seeing each other despite them both getting fired for fraternization at work. I was out 2 weeks ago and saw them together. It's one thing knowing they're seeing each other, but it's a completely different thing to see them together. My heart broke all over again. I feel like I should tell her about him. I know I would want to know if the guy I was seeing had cheated on his girlfriend with me. Especially after just being cheated on like her. I have her phone number, but I would like it to be anonymous. Comment. You got to face the fact that these things have a way of getting back to you one or the other, so it's really a case of you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, in my opinion. Get in touch and tell her / show proof. Don't text / call and leave it as it is. I'd be on the phone and sending all the proof already, but that's just me and you must make your own decision on this. I do wish you luck though. I've been cheated on before and it sucks. It's horrible to be lied to. But personally, if you want to confront her and show he's a scumbag, then do it. The other side of the coin is, hey, 3 years is a lot better than losing 30 years of your life with someone who's POS. You could wash your hands of this entire thing and just look towards the future. He's having a ball having a much younger man chasing after her. Recently divorced she may be, but more free or wilder in bedroom, making him lust after her. Don't let such a jerk and cheater make you feel less than. He's dealing with wrong brain at the moment. He's an immature, disrespectful butthole treating you this way. At least karma hit him some in losing his job over it.